Welcome. In front of me I have the SONOS BEAM 2nd generation, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the product itself. I just pop it open. Have a bit of a pull tab right here, so yoink that. No, it's still holding somewhere. So I don't think it should. Oh, probably this. Yep. Okay, so the little plastic handle is going to be getting in the way. Okay, so here is the entire soundbar. Take it out, and here we have the kettle plug, a optical to HDMI cable. So you can just see that right here. And we have an HDMI cable that looks a little bit short, which is what she said. Anyway, drop that back in here, and we also have, come on, paperwork in here. There we go. You can see paperwork. There we go. Okay, let's throw that to the ground. There we go. In terms of soundbars, this is on a more compact side. As you can see, it actually fits in the entire shot right here. So the reason I'm pointing that out is because in terms of price, I'm pretty sure this is not the cheapest one. I haven't actually checked it out, so let's quickly do. This was the SONOS BEAM 2nd generation. Let's see. Yeah, so it's about $500 US for this tiny little speaker. Now, the reason I'm pointing that out is because for less than double that price, you get something like, for instance, the Samsung Q990D, which is the newest Samsung soundbar, and that supports that's basically an 11.1.4 sound system. So it has 11 speakers, 1 subwoofer, and 4 Dolby Atmos speakers. So in comparison, obviously this is just a little dinky speaker when you compare it to something like the Q990D. Like I said, it is going to be more expensive, little bit less than double the price, but let's just put it this way. 2 of these speakers will not outperform one of the Q990Ds. So the reason I'm kind of pointing that out, if you're planning to pick something like this up for just having a better sound system or sound output from your TV, it's going to obviously do that. It's going to be much better than a TV itself. But if you want to have such a thing for specifically maybe like just listening to movies, or like have a better experience with that, and you're looking for that, you know, explosive kind of sound, Sonos does have a decent sound, but it's not going to ever compare to something that comes with a dedicated sub. So if you're thinking about this in that kind of perspective, I might recommend looking at some other soundbars that will come with a dedicated sub. Now, when you're looking at this from a maybe different perspective, like just a entire ecosystem, which obviously Sonos kind of goes with. So if you're looking at it as an ecosystem, you can get the soundbar, then you can get the speakers as tweeters, and also the sub separately. But I want to point out that at that point, you're going to be well over double the price of just what you pay right here, and you're going to be even more spending more money than what, for instance, a Q990D costs, which is one of the better ones, while still not having support for things like Dolby Atmos and other certified sound 3D kind of sound systems. So just kind of wanted to point that out as a dedicated kind of system for movies and stuff like that, just for have a great sound. You're going to be spending way more and not really getting what I could consider kind of like a value for it. So it might be more beneficial to look at some other alternatives, even cheaper ones possibly. Now, in terms of the design for this one, we do have what looks to be like an LED light at the bottom right here, and plastic stuck onto the metal mesh right here at the front. Sorry for the camera, just having problem with focusing. Now this is rounded, as you can see, and the mesh goes almost all around. It does cut out right here, and there we go. Now at the back we have a couple things. We have the HDMI, which I presume it's an e-arc, though I'm kind of guessing, I haven't checked it out at all. Then we have the internet port and the kettle plug for power, along with a pairing button. So there we go. That's almost it. Outside of just the top right here, we also have a couple of buttons, touch capacitive obviously. We have the play pause, the two buttons, which I presume will be like forward and back, possibly for navigation, along with the mic mute button. And also, I don't know if it's visible in the camera, but we have a bunch of perforations right here, like little dots. Those I am presuming are microphones. So in this case, we would have 7, so 3 right here and 4 right here. So there we go. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.